let's stick with UAPs, the infamous object we've spoken about so much, a three-eye atlas, back in the headlines right now. A new scan revealing the possible presence of nuclear fuel inside of this. Professor, can you explain exactly what this might be?
Right. So we have very interesting data on deuterium, which is an isotope of hydrogen used in fusion reactions. Deuterium and tritium are the best fuel for nuclear fusion. And what we see around 3I Atlas is an abundance of deuterium at a level that is 1,000 times larger than the average cosmic value. And that is quite surprising. We have never seen that in comets or asteroids within the solar system. It's much larger than that. Obviously, deuterium exists in seawater, and there was an early concern by scientists in the Manhattan Project that exploding a nuclear bomb would ignite the deuterium, but soon after this concern was raised, it was Hans Bethe who calculated that radiative losses would prevent any chain reaction of this nature. And it's puzzling, why would the 3I Atlas have such a high abundance of deuterium? There are suggestions that it was perhaps produced in a very cold environment, but that doesn't add up. Because ancient stars that formed early, they are supposed to be in a warmer environment because the cosmic microwave background was much hotter early on in the universe. Also, there is not enough mass in the planetary systems around the early stars to account for a population of objects like 3I Atlas, so that we will see one of them so big, you know, the size of a city, about 2 kilometers in diameter, within a 5-year survey. So there are lots of puzzles about this object. There is also the configuration of 3 jets that are symmetrically oriented around the nucleus that is, difficult to explain with pockets of ice on the surface of a rock. So all in all, I would say, I listed 22 anomalies in a recent essay that I posted on medium.com, and I believe this object is very puzzling. Question is, when will the next one come along? These objects must be extremely rare because 3I Atlas came along the plane of the planets around the sun, and that allowed us to observe it for a long time, almost a year now. And we didn't take that opportunity to actually come close to it and examine it in much greater detail. I hope we can do it with the next one.
Absolutely. One more question for you, again about aliens. The government recently launching the domain aliens.gov. Many now believing that a big message may be coming soon regarding extraterrestrial life. Professor, your thoughts on this?
I very much hope there will be some useful information there. I'm not privy to that information. I don't know how puzzling is the data within government, but it's clear from expressions made by former President Obama and current President Trump that there are definitely things we don't understand. And the reason that we are discussing it now is because the sensors that the US government employs are far better than they were a decade ago or earlier. And so there is no doubt that there are things we don't understand. I would love to help government figure things out. I think it's about time for the scientific community to get engaged. And at the very least, it's a matter of national security and safety for pilots, but it may also be the most important scientific discovery ever made by humanity. And that will bring us, hopefully, to a better future, a situation where if you have a knock on your front door by a neighbor, the arguments within your family would not be as loud as they are right now. So my hope is that it will change our priorities and bring people together on this earth.
Absolutely. Professor of Science at Harvard University, theoretical astrophysicist, head of the Galileo Project, so many titles, Avi Loeb, and a friend of mine. Great to see you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.